All right. Can you hear me? Need some feedback in the chat. All right. So clearly this is not Colin. It's Jedi. Hi. What's going on? How's everybody doing? Hope you're having a great day. Um, so I've been trying to get a hold of Colin. I've texted, I've called several times. I am not going to totally worry just yet, but I figured I would at least come in and just kind of start the stream. Um, the only videos that I have are older ones that we've already seen. So I just don't know what to do. I don't know. But you're saying I'm seeing that he was just on Biggin like a half hour ago. I feel bad starting this without him. I just don't know what to do. So, um, I am going to, I don't know, maybe we'll just do a rerun. I don't know. Give me some votes in the chat. And Danielle, no, this has never happened before. Usually, if he's going to be late, we know about it in advance. So, I am trying to just kind of tap dance and fill the silence like I do during meetings when things aren't going right with the various technology. So I'm just trying to slide in here and see if we can't get something going here. And God, I hope we don't get a raid. Um, so I don't know. Let's play with some of the. Oh, here, this is a good one. All right. Is that one? Yes. There you go. Oh no. No, no, no. Don't raid Biggin. What a disaster. I'm just checking my drives to find one of the videos that I've got from a previous show. So, give me just a minute. And oh, yeah, Cheshire, this is 100% your fault. Um, oh, good. Thank goodness Biggin is rating someone else tonight. Um, so give me a second, and I am looking for any sort of video that I have from one of Colin's. All right, so this was from a Wednesday. This must have been last Wednesday. Um, so give me a second. Let me get that loaded up. Uh, Sorry, it's been a while since I've had to do this, so I'm just guessing at what I'm doing here.
What's
Oh, look,
going
it's playing.
on?
How
How's
nice.
everyone doing?
Shout out to Colin. Everybody else who's cool with Colin.
Chucky, I didn't say.
Get your popcorn and your Coca-Cola and relax.
Anyway, tell Colin I'm ready.
Oh, wait, that's the part where I'm supposed to go, what's going on? This is Colin. Wait, no, this is Jedi. So I don't know. This is a video that I have. I think this is from last Wednesday. I know that on that day there were some storms rolling through and didn't know if Colin was going to lose power. So I had the video on backup just in case. So I don't know. Let's watch this, I guess. So, so I know I've been trying to call him and text him, and I don't know. I told him that I was doing it. So we'll see if he jumps in here to his own stream and joins us. So we'll see what's happening. So anyway, I'll let this play. I don't remember what the case is, but it looks like Simpson. We got some buff lift, and I'm happy with that. So here we go.
Courthouse case, People versus Larry Lee.
Wait, before I do that, I feel like I would be disrespecting the channel if I didn't say, who wants to watch some court? You want to watch some court? I want to watch some court. You know what to do. Do the jump kicks and the backflips and the all that stuff, the like, subscribe, all of that. Do all of those things, especially because he's not here. So it'll be our secret. But everybody get on the like right now. You can dislike it if you hate me. I don't care. So, all right, let's go.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Mary Tanha, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney about the people.
And Mary Rubio, on behalf of Mr. Lee, I am standing in for the attorney of record, David Burgess, with Mr. Lee's consent, to my knowledge. Is that correct, sir? That is okay for me to stand in for you right now?
Yes,
Okay, could you please state your name?
thoroughly.
What is that noise?
Right. Shouldn't you check? I don't feel safe.
What
Why are you just pointing? What?
Don't stop. So
It'll stop at some point.
I feel very safe, Your Honor.
Wow, I know. He's like, you are all over it. All right. All right, go ahead. What are we doing?
Well, Your Honor, a few things. First of all, I've been in communication with Mr. Burgess and Mr. Arabo, who is representing the victim of the case, Mr. Quasny. Apparently, Mr. Lee called Mr. Arabo and offered to, in exchange, there's a pending case where Mr. Quasny is the defendant of an AMD against Mr. Lee. Mr. Lee contacted Mr. Arabo and offered to essentially not testify in that case if Mr. Quasny agreed not to testify in this case. There are statements that are essentially saying, in exchange for Mr. Quasny, victim in this case, not testifying, I will also not testify. That is highly concerning, of course. I was given this information yesterday. I asked Mr. Arabo to forward that call to myself, Mr. Burgess, and the officer in charge because we want it documented for potential additional charges. But this all transpired yesterday. We got the recording as of this morning. With that said, of course, I think it's appropriate to have an adjournment. Mr. Burgess agrees with that.
Hold it, but does that recording indicate that?
Yes, Your Honor, have either one.
Okay. I myself have not listened to the recording. I was just asked to stand in on behalf of Mr. Burgess. He's
Okay, yes. For those who are just getting here, yes, you have seen this video before. So the reason is because this is Jedi. Clearly, this is not Colin. And I am trying to locate Colin. And so I figured that I would just start the stream since I have the ability to do that. And the only video I had at my fingertips was from last Wednesday. So this is the guy that was you know, the one who tried to make a deal on his own with the victim slash defendant, I guess in this case. This is one of those weird ones. So this is where, we've seen it before, so there's kind of no spoilers, unless you didn't join us last Wednesday, and then this is new to you. And so cool. So anywho, I'll go ahead and keep playing.
at a hearing in Lansing. However, I did speak to Mr. Lee about it today. Mr. Lee indicated some of the content of the conversation to me. He also indicated, just FYI, that he himself recorded it.
But just so that I have this right, the defendant, because of something else, is urging, enticing, or in some other way interfering with testimony of witnesses in this
Well,
case.
I can't agree to that characterization because I haven't heard it. I don't know.
Well, you want to listen to, because that's what I'm being told.
But again,
All right. Someone decided to help bail me out. So I think, yeah. Hey, Poots. Can you hear me?
Hello, Jedi. You're doing such a wonderful job. I'm jealous.
Oh, thank you. Thank you. Um, yes, Lone Wolf, I did see what you sent. I'll respond in a minute. I'm just trying to do multiple things at once here. So thanks, Poots, for coming up and joining me. I figured, might as well have my good old Meemaw. So
Absolutely. Glad to
do
be
you,
with you. You know that.
so do you remember this one? This guy
I
that tried to
do.
do some quid pro quo nonsense? All right.
Yeah. Yeah.
Alrighty. So anyway, I'll keep going, but Poots, if you got something to say and you want me to pause, just be like, Jedi! And I'll pause it.
You got it.
All right.
yes, I understand. I understand that is what's being presented. I also want to indicate that.
Go
Go
ahead.
ahead. I'm sorry. Mr. Lee has indicated to me some things. I have advised him to be careful of what he would want to say to Your Honor, but he seems to feel that he needed to make that phone call because he wants to move to have Mr. Burgess removed and he wants to get a different attorney. Mr. Lee has indicated to me he also wants to address the court. I again did advise him I would not go into the content of that conversation as there could be potential pending new charges. With that said, Mr. Lee, what is it you wanted to say?
Yes, Judge. I indicated to, what's her name?
Ms. Rubio.
To Ms. Rubio that for a little bit over a month, I contacted my attorney, Mr. Burgess, and I instructed him to contact the lawyers from both sides, the prosecution and the other side that represented Mr. Kwasny, and I
Jedi, I got
instructed him
something for you.
to
Have at it. Lay it on
I
me.
just
What do you
think
got?
this, since most of us have seen this, I think I'm not doing any spoilers, but I just think it's hilarious how this guy tells absolutely every law he's broken as though he's in the right.
I know.
I just had to get there. That's all.
There's so much about this that is just like, dude, what are you thinking?
I
So
know, right?
I don't know,
Okay, I
man.
just
Like, I know. And I mean, I can see where like somebody would think, oh, well, I'll just work it out with this guy. But as we learn later, I think there's something nefarious going on, where he's trying to, get this guy, um, whoever the defendant slash victim, in trouble so that he can bargain testimony so that they don't testify against him in the other case, which is bananas. But,
Oh,
anyway.
absolutely. And how can he really think that everybody's not going, excuse me?
Well,
But
because he's not a lawyer. We know that much.
well, he's not a lawyer, but dang, he got to have more than two functioning brain cells.
Yeah. It's like there's two brain cells that are fighting and they're both losing. So
Or they're both napping simultaneously.
all right, let's go.
offer a plea or to negotiate some sort of settlement, and he indicated that he would do that. He indicated that he had done that. He indicated that he had reached out to Mr. Arabo and the prosecutor regarding making some sort of plea agreement. Him and I discussed what that could be. And so now, fast forward, yesterday, I contacted Mr. Burgess and I said, hey, have you reached out or have you heard anything from Mr. Arabo and the prosecutor? He said, and he indicated that he had not heard anything and that he had reached out to both attorneys multiple times. I knew that to be a lie. I suspected that to be a lie. And I knew that if I were to have him or to ask you to have him removed or substituted, that I would have to prove under Strickland versus Washington that he.
I don't know. Are you a lawyer?
I was.
Mr. Lee, no. To my knowledge, no.
So I knew that I had to prove that he was ineffective. I knew that I had to prove that our breakdown was egregious. So I recorded the call myself. And I called Mr. Arabo and I asked if Mr. Burgess reached out and discussed any sort of plea negotiations. Mr. Arabo said, no, sir. He had not had any communications with my attorneys. So I confirmed with Mr. Arabo that he had not received any communications about any kind of negotiations with any kind of plea agreements on my behalf.
I'm so sorry to interrupt Mr. Lee before he makes more statements.
And I did record the call. I recorded the call.
Criminalizing himself.
I recorded the call.
In his best interest, he might want to listen to this call before he makes any further statements. In the call that was sent to us, there is indication there's no discussion of a plea. Not what was sent to me. That was recorded by Mr. Arabo. There's very clear that there will be no testimony in his case if Mr. Consley agrees not to testify in this case.
So I have the text messages.
Further false statements are made to the court, which is not necessarily a problem for me, but I want to make sure that Mr. Lee's rights are preserved.
I have the text messages.
I want to listen.
You don't know what? That's the third time you've done it. You're gone.
Ah, Simpson is not having it. So, first of all, Sir Philip, thank you very much for the super chat. Good thing it'll go to go to Colin somehow. So, but don't worry, I won't drink it. How's tomorrow, Sir Philip, in Australia?
And I've switched to tea, so I'm good.
Okay. I desperately need a Mountain Dew right now. So Mr. Allen is going ahead and taking care of our friend here temporarily. So this will be fun. And yeah, we don't know where Colin is. So you got us. So,
Just
as I put on the
get in
ticker, do not
there.
adjust your screen. This is happening. Deal with it. So, anywho, we'll keep going.
Mr. Allen,
keep
thank
going.
you. You better get Mr. Burgess down here because I want to hear those calls because if he's interfered with it, that's going to be a whole other issue.
I will try to reach him, but I know he is in Lansing, so I'm not certain.
Well, even if he appears, has Mr. Burgess heard the calls?
I don't know, Your Honor. They were sent this morning. I asked Mr. Arabo to send them right away yesterday, and we received them this morning. Mr. Arabo can also be available via Zoom if necessary.
All right.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know that what I'm hearing is extremely disturbing.
I completely understand that.
And so I'm gonna give an opportunity for the defense to give me some explanation, but I'm inclined at this point, I'm gonna hold him in custody. I'm inclined at this point to revoke his bond.
I understand.
Okay?
Okay.
All right.
Thank you, Your Honor.
Thank you. But I can't. Can we get Mr. Lee out? No, oh, is he? Okay, right. Court does call the case of the people versus Larry Lee.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Assistant Prosecuting Attorney on behalf of the people.
I forgot to wait a second.
And Mary Rubio, again, on behalf of Mr. Lee, who is making his way to the podium.
There's additional counsel that is on Zoom.
I'm sorry?
Mr. Rubio.
They should have kept on the jacket.
Oh, there you are.
Good afternoon, Your Honor.
Yeah, I don't know if that was a choice or if it was because they had taken him back into a cell. But I don't think that neckline's doing anything for him. So that's just my
Exactly.
opinion.
No. Should have stayed with the shoulder pads.
Yeah. So
Fashion
this
police
honorable
here.
court, Joseph
Right.
Arabo, on behalf of Stephen Quasny.
All right. And I'm presuming everybody except the court has heard the phone call.
What I heard was the recording the prosecutor gave me, which appears to be a less than 2-minute portion of a phone call. I think she would agree it's not an entire phone call.
That's correct, Your Honor. It's what Mr. Arabo sent me, as well as Mr. Burgess, and law enforcement as of this morning.
All right. And that portion of the phone call, as the court is to understand, is basically this defendant speaking with, is it directly with the victim in this case?
No.
No,
An
Your Honor.
attorney.
It's with Mr. Arabo, who's the attorney for the victim.
All right. And basically offering to not provide testimony in another case if his client doesn't provide testimony in this criminal proceeding.
Thanks, Bill, for the super chat. Appreciate it.
That is how I would characterize it, Your Honor. If Mr. Arabo has additional information or different information, he's welcome to.
Yes. Mr. Arabo.
Yeah, just to clarify the record, that's a portion of a phone call because I didn't anticipate to record the entire thing. I didn't know who was calling me. And then once I realized what this was, which is an attempt to extort and use this other case that he filed against the victim in this matter to use as leverage to have this conversation at a future point in time, I was quick enough to get on my computer and record it. So that the court is aware of what's going on in the matter where I represent Mr. Quasny, who's the victim in this matter, which is the first matter.
Thank you, Vic, for the generous super chat. Appreciate it. For a death stick and a bar of soap, thanks for saving the stream. I'm kidding. My soap dealer also has death sticks. I need to know more about why you have a soap dealer, Vic. But thank
I
you.
need to know what a death. I need to know what a death stick is.
I'm not even asking.
Okay, just checking.
Before the court.
Your Honor, if I may, I really object to that characterization that it was an attempt to extort. I've spoken to Mr. Lee at length about the purpose of the phone call. I also listened to the portion of the phone call. Perhaps the court could listen to it. I do not believe that was what was happening at all. And plus, I don't think there was nothing on there that indicated he was trying to extort this attorney or the complaining witness. Frankly, what Mr. Lee has alleged to me is that he and Mr. Burgess have basically had a breakdown of communication, that he's spoken to Mr. Burgess multiple times, asking him to advocate on his behalf to the prosecutor as well as to this other attorney to try to come up with what he has called, not being a lawyer, using the words a settlement agreement or a plea negotiation. That's what he said to me. And that he had the feeling that Mr. Burgess had not, in fact, made this phone call. So he then called this attorney, and right in the phone call,
because it would have been unethical for Mr. Burgess to call to try to say my client won't testify in this other matter.
Of course.
If that, right? That's
well,
Mr. Burgess may not have done.
And that may very well be, but Mr. Lee indicates that, and I haven't seen these, he indicates that he has text messages back and forth with Mr. Burgess, and that Mr. Burgess, quote, lied to him about whether or not he made these phone calls. So he indicates the main reason that he wanted to call.
That would be irrelevant.
I know that. Judge, trust me, I know that. But I just wanted to make a record. What, can I just finish though?
Let her finish.
Mr. Lee indicated the main purpose of the phone call was for him to find out whether this attorney could verify whether Mr. Burgess called him. If you listen to the call, the portion of this call, it's literally on there. He says, it starts out with him saying something about plea agreements. It's the call, it's interrupted. And I believe because counsel didn't realize he was going to need to record this. But anyway, it starts out with him, Mr. Lee, saying something about plea agreement, settlement agreement. Was there any, did my lawyer, did Mr. Burgess call you to try to, see if maybe if I wouldn't testify and then your client wouldn't testify? Yes, he says that. But then he goes on to say, because my lawyer said he called you, and then this attorney confirms what Mr. Lee was trying to find out. And this attorney says, no. You see how easy it was to reach me. I didn't talk to anybody named Burgess. That's what he says. So I'm just indicating that Mr. Lee states that was the main purpose of his call, because he claims he wanted to come in here today and tell Your Honor that he did not want to have Mr. Burgess represent him anymore because he feels Mr. Burgess is lying to him. I'm just representing to you what Mr. Lee has told me.
Your Honor, if I may.
I'd like to say something.
Thank you. Mr. Arabo, it's my turn. One moment.
Poor Mr. Arabo. He just wants to talk. And then the prosecution is like, no, it's my turn.
I love that. It's like, he's like, I don't need to be here. I don't want to be here. Can I go home, please?
Right. This poor guy. He wants nothing to do with this. And
Totally.
everyone's just talking over him and not letting him say anything. And the whole, like, it's my turn.
I do like how he gets his zinger in at the very end, though.
Oh, he does. He sure does. So, yeah. He doesn't want to be part of this mess. No one wants to be part of this mess that this guy has created here. So
exactly. Exactly.
All right, let's keep going.
Your Honor.
Because apparently that's how it works in this courtroom. Tana says it's her turn, so it's her turn. Go ahead, Miss Tana.
Mr. Arabo had some trouble with the
That's only because she's there and I'm not.
Your Honor, I don't really, quite frankly, care what's going on with the client relationship with Mr. Burgess or claims Mr. Arabo's making about extortion. That's not something that people are going to get involved in at this stage. What I'm concerned about is there is a clear difference between a plea negotiation and two witnesses not testifying, one of them being Mr. Lee, the other one being Mr. Quadley, not testifying in exchange for something. And I agree that the court should just listen to the call rather than us going around calling it different things. What's clear to me is that there is an offer to not testify in exchange for Mr. Quadley not testifying in this case before this court. That is what I'm hearing on that call. That is what's concerning to people, and that's what may bring future charges. We're in the early stages. This needs to go to law enforcement. It has gone to law enforcement now, and we can follow up.
Mr. Arabo.
Your Honor, as you know, I'm a defense attorney. I think Ms. Rubio is really grasping at straws here to try to help her client. But here's what it is. It's not a plea. We heard her say plea. A plea means a reduction to something other than what he's being charged with, not a dismissal, which is clearly being indicated in this. Second, what's happened here is you could see clearly there has been a subsequent case filed. I don't know how this slipped between the cracks, because in over 10 years of practicing, I've never seen something like this, where a victim turns into a defendant. What? During a pending case. Never seen anything like this. So Mr. Lee has done this intentionally so that he can one day use it as leverage to contact me or have somebody else contact me or whoever is representing Mr. Quasny so that he could use it as a negotiation tactic. And what he's engaged in is third-party communication to get through to Mr. Quasny in violation of his bond. That's number one. He's got a no contact order. Second, this is witness tampering. You don't want to call it extortion. Let's find something else. It is witness tampering. He's trying to tamper with Mr. Quasny using the leverage that he created. And I don't know how the prosecutor's office allowed this to happen. Somebody wasn't monitoring things properly, but this is what's happened. First ever time I've ever seen anything like this. And it needs to be handled. It needs to be handled. It's going to be handled.
Okay.
Can we listen to the call?
Everybody listen to it already.
Can somebody send it to Ms. Weidling, and I will then be more than happy to listen, or if there's an easier way for me to do it, I'll do it. Let's take the defendant back and
Okay.
court will listen to the call. I can give my decision.
You have to go back.
To you. I'll handle that coming back out.
So I know we don't get to hear the call, but they do go back and listen to it. And MGT, I agree. She's trying her best, but she's got not a lot to work with, but she is vigorously defending this gentleman.
I concur.
I mean, that's what you want in a defense attorney. So, and people don't eat soap.
I just got that.
But I think Miss Second on that. So bring me that. Court's going to stand in recess. Everybody can remain seated. Bring me in. Pardon? Yeah. 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 Bring those two back and then I'll
And no, don't eat crayons either.
Keep it like Miss Tana and Unruly on the Burns matter.
I do think they're given.
So now we get to see Colin fast forwarding and rewinding. It's like
Court
he's
does
here.
recall the case of the People's State of Michigan versus Larry Lee.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. Marie Tanhouse, Assistant Prosecuting Attorney about people.
And Mary Rubio on behalf of Mr. Lee, who is approaching.
Larry Lee.
Okay. The issue is in this case that, first of all, we're adjourning the hearing over.
I believe we are. That was what I thought we were doing in the beginning.
Well, it's got to stay before me. So.
I know Mr. Burgess is already going to be here on July 1st. I just wanted to put that out there.
Yes, but I'm not on the.
Oh.
I'm on the bench, but I'm not doing these.
Okay.
So. Set his preliminary examination July to defendant's request. So my next date is July 22nd, 2025, and that's another 12 p.m. start because God, I love that. All right. With reference to bond in this case, I've listened to the recording. I'm not going to say there's an over exaggeration or an under exaggeration. I mean, I think it's relatively clear when somebody's very clearly points out an exchange or quid pro quo regarding me not testifying and this other person not testifying, and that is the exchange. I don't know that you get a clearer indication of somebody that is attempting, and especially when they circumvent their attorney, of somebody trying to sort of tamper with and obstruct a case. It couldn't be clearer. I mean, and quite frankly, I don't think there's any design to necessarily frost it over or anything along those lines. I think the idea or what Mr. Lee is saying about what Mr. Burgess wouldn't do is quite frankly just a ruse to hide his own desire to have the exchange that he was speaking with counsel about. Given that, and the court having heard that, with reference to this case, the defendant's bond is hereby ordered revoked based upon the court's hearing of that bond violation.
Your Honor, can I just raise two issues? Before all of this happened, Mr. Lee expressed to me and attempted to express to the court his, as I'm sure the court has gleaned, his displeasure with Mr. Burgess. So I do think there, given some of Mr. Lee's allegations against Mr. Burgess, it may be best if someone else is appointed to the case. I know he doesn't want Mr. Burgess.
And that's fine. I don't know whether or not he doesn't want Mr. Burgess or not, because I think, as I'm indicating, I think that notion of Mr. Burgess not doing something, and then his checking is simply a ruse for him to try to get the message that I want this quid pro quo, this exchange.
And I'm not accusing Mr. Burgess of anything. I'm just trying to represent what Mr.
No,
Lee has
and
told
I
me.
understand that.
And Mr. Lee is
I think
about
when
jumping
you-
out of his skin trying to talk, just so you know.
And so when you talk to Mr. Burgess, if Mr. Burgess, if he believes that that's the appropriate step, he can bring that motion before this court, and the court will hear it in
Okay.
the day that I'm on. Mr. Lee, I will let you talk in a moment, but I'm going to finish this. Revoking your bond.
Oh, he just wants to talk. So all right, I got you on the urns versus trophies. How about this? Wrong answers only in the chat. Go.
Because of what is a clear violation of the bond regarding, and I mean, I think it's an attempt to try to get indirect contact as well as obstruct these proceedings. Because that was accomplished in the manner it was, and I'm not sure that I can trust you with reference to no context and the like, we're at least going to get through this. I am going to, subject to a hearing, defendant phone privileges for the jail are also revoked. What did you wish to say, sir?
The thing that my substitute attorney here didn't convey to you was that I told her that I have the evidence with me in hand, that my attorney, Mr. Burgess, was the one that actually said that this was a legal way that we can go about it. And no, I'm not.
You know what, Mr. Lee, you might as well stop right now.
I have the text
because
message.
no, I'm going to tell you. I don't know if you're misunderstanding something or what, but you are not. Mr. Burgess has appeared before this court. You are not going to sit here and try to disparage that man, saying that somehow or another, Mr. Burgess represented to you that obstructing a case in this fashion was a legal way to proceed. I'm not going to believe it, and I'm not going to hear you. I'm not going to hear you. I don't know what you, how do you not understand what I'm telling you? Now, if you've got that information and you think that's what it says, you get it to counsel and the court will take a look at it. But you're not going to sit here and disparage that man. It is not going to happen. I'm done. Bond revoked. Take you.
Oh.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I
Thank
think
you,
you
sir.
win, Vic.
Appreciate your wait and patience.
I like the Best Spirit Award 2024 and 2025. Nice one.
Yeah.
Online.
No problem, Your Honor. Are you still on the record?
Pardon? I am.
Are you still on the record? You know, I'm not sure who this kid is or what he's capable of or what sort of messages he can get out to other people. But if the court could put a no contact order because somehow I've become a witness in this matter, I'd appreciate that.
A no contact with you?
Yep. I don't want to be contacted by any third parties. I want out of this thing and I want to be done with it. Didn't ask to be here.
I will add that no contact provision. And
You want to those, Your Honor?
but counsel, why don't you let us know how you really feel? No. All right. We'll
I
take
think the
care of that.
courtroom
I'll add
I think
that
the
no
courtroom's
con- I'll
been
add
through
that
enough
no
today.
contact.
Thank you. Appreciate
Thank
it.
you, sir.
Take care. Bye-bye.
Thank you, Mr. Rubin. You ready? You got
All right. So that was that. I don't
I
remember
love that
this.
part.
I don't remember what the next one is. So I don't know. Let's find out.
On your video, please. This
Well,
is
you're just
25
following in the line with Colin. He
2411.
never knows what's coming up.
Ticket was issued on the 10th of May, a couple minutes after 9 in the morning. Area of Berkeley near 11 Mile and Mortensen. You were cited for speeding, 49 and a 30. You can admit or deny responsibility, or you can admit responsibility with an explanation. How do you wish to proceed?
I deny because I don't believe I was driving 49.
If you'd raise your right hands, please. Do you swear or affirm that the testimony you're about to give in this matter will be the truth?
I do. I do.
The sergeant will testify first, please.
Your Honor, on May 10th at approximately 9:05 a.m., I was eastbound on 11 Mile near Mortensen when I observed a tan Dodge Caravan traveling westbound in the same area, traveling at what I estimated to be roughly about 50 miles an hour in a 30-mile-an-hour zone. Activated my front opposite direction radar. At that point, I obtained a speed of 49 miles per hour. I made a U-turn and pursued the vehicle, stopped the driver, who identified herself as Jasmine Miles. I issued a citation for doing 16 to 20 over, 49 and a 30. My radar was functional before shift and tested fine after shift. I am certified as a radar instructor and radar operator.
Thank you. Ms. Miles, it's your turn, ma'am.
He said I was going to 49 and a 30. If that's the case, I would like to see the radar gun.
We're having some trouble hearing you.
I said I would like to see the radar gun. If he said he clocked me at going 49 and the 30.
I just remembered this one.
I was trying to
All
keep
right,
shut up about it. It's
wait
pretty
for it.
hilarious.
Wait for it.
Exactly. Wait
I would
for
like to see
it.
the radar gun.
You are not the trier of fact, ma'am.
Can you hear me?
No, I said you're not the trier of fact. This matter has
You
been
ain't the
brought to court.
judge.
You've heard the sergeant's testimony. I've heard the sergeant's testimony. You want to see the radar gun wouldn't tell you anything. If you saw a window on the gun that said 49 miles an hour, the next thing you'd say wasn't your car. So after the fact, what the radar gun reads is irrelevant. What is relevant is how it was read when it was measuring the speed of your vehicle. Do you want to testify to your speed?
Yes, because I don't believe I was going 49. And if he clocked me on the radar gun should have my VIN number been accurate as 49.
You know, you're focusing your testimony on the radar unit, and you want to see it. You're saying it should have had your PIN number?
It should have my VIN. I don't know if you can hear me. Let me take this up.
I'm having some trouble hearing you, but that doesn't seem to be the major issue. Now it's better.
Okay.
I'm sorry, but Carolyn Clemens in chat. I know that's what we all think.
The VIN number, because it's magic. Didn't you know? We all have QR codes on our cars. So when your radar hits it, it's going to light up with the VIN number, your driver's license information, your socials. You know, if you want to like slide into their DMs, like,
yeah,
come on.
All your children, your grandchildren.
He's just beside himself. Like, first of all, you're not the judge. Second of all, you think radar guns are magic, apparently. So.
Yeah. Or capable of much more than they really are.
Right.
I've heard you say that you want to see the radar gun. I've heard you say that you think the gun should have your PIN number on it.
Yes, I think it had my VIN number showing that there was an accurate reading of 49.
The radar gun does not read VIN numbers.
And the judge in his head is like, I cannot believe I have to say this out loud. The radar gun does not read VIN numbers.
I know. Bless her heart.
It measures speed. The sergeant is certified not only to operate radar, but to teach radar operation to other police officers. He measured your speed because he looked at your car and he thought you were going too fast. Speed limit's 30. Saw you coming towards him. He thought at about 50, When he measured your speed, you were going about 50. You were going 49 when he measured your speed. And you haven't testified otherwise. You've just testified that you want to see the radar gun.
Yes, I would like to see the radar gun because I wasn't traveling 49 miles.
You don't have to be traveling 49 miles. The rate of speed was 49 miles per hour.
And that's how fast he said I was going in at 30 miles.
Petty dig, Judge. Petty dig.
On 49, and I wasn't traveling 49 miles. That's why I said I want to see a radar gun that shows at that time I was 49 that he clocked me at.
The radar gun would not show the time. It would not show the vehicle. It would show the speed that the radar unit measured your vehicle at. And that speed was 49. And that's what he wrote you for. And I believe that's what you're responsible for. Sergeant is certified to operate it. He was operating the unit. He tested it before and after the shift. It worked at both ends. It didn't break and fix itself sometime in the middle. No ambiguity as to the target. The fine is $200. It can be paid online or by mail or at the courthouse counter.
I mean, because you guys are getting me for a speeding ticket and I wasn't going 49. I didn't hear you.
I said, we guys aren't doing anything. You
I
were
mean, that's what I'm getting at. Hell, responsible
measure
for it.
of the executive department, and you have brought it to court for the judicial department. It's not we guys. Pay your ticket. We're done.
So I'm just done with a ticket and I'm being held responsible for driving in a 49, driving 49, and I wasn't.
That is what you did.
Hard but fair, sad but true, ma'am.
And okay, bye. It's just like, get out of here.
See ya.
Oh my God. Like, I just don't even know. I don't even know what to say.
You may say yes, Jedi. Just please spit it
Like,
out.
there's just so much stupid there. So,
You know, that's actually one you could play again and we'd still come up with a whole batch of new comments on.
right? We'd come up with all new commentary. All right. I don't know. Let's see what's next. Oh, we got
the matter of the state of Michigan versus Jeremy Shue, 24S003.
Oh, it's Shue.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Oh.
Sherilyn Foster Tucker on behalf of Jeremy Shue.
Jeremy Shue. Thank you. All right, we're here today for Ms. Foster Tucker. Well, we're here for a pre-trial as well as for Ms. Foster Tucker's motion to withdraw.
Yes, Your Honor, that is correct. I do believe, as I indicated in my written motion, that there has been a breakdown such that it would no longer be appropriate for me to continue representing Mr. Shue.
Thank you. Anything from the people on this?
No, Judge.
All right. Mr. Shue, anything from you on the motion to withdraw?
My understanding was it was merely because of the fact that it was in the circuit court as an appeal, and whatever contract that the appointed counsel is dealing with don't allow her to represent me in that matter. So I guess that it's going to have to be a separate circuit court for our appointment. I don't know.
Well, did you provide him with a copy of your basis for the withdrawal?
Yes, I have the motion. I haven't read it. I'm sorry. That was my mistake.
You haven't read it. Perfect. You had one job. You had one job. Read the thing. No, didn't think it was important. Perfect. Shue, come on. Total Shue show.
I've been trying to figure out how to make that work.
That is not the basis for her withdrawal.
That's what I was informed verbally by Miss Foster Tucker for the reason of the withdrawal, so I didn't really see a point of reading it. I probably should have.
Mm-hmm. You guys have a fundamental disagreement on the actions that you're taking, Mr. Shu. So based on that, I'm going to grant her request to withdraw. And so you are paid counsel, Ms. Foster Tucker?
Appointed, Your Honor.
All right. So this matter will need to go back to the appointing authority so the appointing authority can appoint someone else. I think I need one of those. Thank you. Thank you.
The silence is brought to you by Colin's firing edit skills.
Oh, Mima.
Well, you know, sometimes
The
you just
schnapps
gotta
helped,
say it.
huh?
Oh, of course.
Man, these are some fire editing. I mean, can we
I'm
get a
telling
fade
you.
in and a fade out here? And what is with
Or at
James
least
All right, I'm gonna
Liggins?
put this over to
He's in
July
witness
8th,
protection.
2025
I know,
at
right?
9:00 a.m. Hopefully we'll have a new attorney by then, Mr. Shu.
Okay. Can we address the drug testing still, please?
I'm not sure you want to do that, Mr. Shu.
Okay. All right. Well, I'll take the advice. July 8th.
Correct. At 9 a.m.
Yes, ma'am. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. You too. See you then, sir.
Thank you, Your Honor.
You're welcome.
I love it. Not sure you want to do that.
Yeah.
Just so deadpan.
And he actually
Ah,
got it. That's the amazing
right. I
thing.
know. Like, who would have thunk that would ever come out of Jeremy Shu's mouth? That like, oh, I'm going to take your advice.
No
Wonderful.
kidding. Exactly.
All right. Well, I don't know. Let's spin the chamber and see what happens next.
Rock and roll.
It's like Wheel of Court.
Yeah.
Oh,
Like
we're back with Washington. Oh, this guy looks pissed.
Public call the case of the state of Michigan versus Lawrence Buckner. Case number 25F.
Oh no, it's Buckner.
Tiffany Woods for the people.
Public Defender Dr. Lee on behalf of Mr. Buckner. Mr. Buckner, can you state your name, sir? Mr. Buckner, could you state your name, sir?
Lawrence Buckner.
And could you turn on your video, please?
All right, we're here for sentencing today.
Yes, Your Honor, I have reviewed the report and recommendation with Mr. Buckner. I don't believe we don't have any factual modifications to the report. I would like to provide them elocution. Shouldn't ask the court not to accept the recommendation.
Thank you. Ms. Woods?
One moment, Judge. I'm pulling up my notes right now. My computer is just a little slow.
Mr. Buckner, are you driving, sir?
No, ma'am. I'm not driving.
Oh, I remember this.
Judge, I've also had an opportunity to review the PSIR recommendation, and I'd ask the court to follow the recommendation within that report. Thank you.
Yes, you can hear the turn signal, but wait.
it's it. No, never mind. I almost said it.
Mr. Buckner, why do I hear your blinker on?
That's my hazard lights.
Your what?
That's my hazard lights.
Both blancas.
Those are my hazard lights.
Mr. Lebo, what would you like to say on behalf of your client, please?
First, I want to know.
All right. So first of all, I do believe that they're hazards. He is pulled over, and you can hear in the background, you can hear cars whizzing by him. So I think he must be pulled off on the side of like a highway, interstate, something like that, because he's getting passed by cars that are going a lot faster. So I truly don't think he's driving. I do think he pulled over and he has his hazards on.
I totally agree with you. Yeah. As much as I'd like to
Yeah.
say something bad about him, but there you go.
Right. I mean, I think it's legit. And I remember, thinking like, well, he's looking around like he's driving, but think about it. If you're pulled off on the side of a highway, you're getting, cars whizzing by you, you're going to be more alert and just kind of like
Yeah.
looking around to see what's happening, like looking in your mirrors and stuff like that to see who's coming up behind you. So I actually do believe him uh that he has pulled over. Oh, but this is the one where he goes on the really long rant.
Yep.
Yep.
And you can't do that. Well, you can do that driving, but anyway, never mind.
Yeah. Yeah. But anywho, so I do think he is actually pulled over. There was some debate last time.
Yeah, I agree. I
No,
really
can I
do
just-
think he's pulled over.
Yeah.
Discussed this with Mr. Buckner yesterday. He told me that he understands that when he got upset, when he felt provoked by the officer, he should have kept his mouth shut and he shouldn't have made any kind of threatening statement, even if he felt disrespected. He did ask me to let the court know that he was at a gas station getting his tire fixed during the interview. He tells me that he was not driving. He also wants me to let the court know that he will comply with any probationary sentence issued by the court. He did state to the probation he doesn't feel he would benefit from probation, but he did tell me when we spoke that he will comply fully with any probation conditions imposed by the court. So we would ask the court to consider imposing a fines and cost sentence or a period of probation rather than filing the recommendation for 30 days in jail.
Did he do a class? I was a little confused because it said in there he did the class. Did you do a class, Mr. Buckner?
No, I've been just going to my regular therapist. But what the Mr. Lebo is saying, what he's talking about is the PSI and what I stated assertively. And I think you would be proud of me, Miss Rushing, because I didn't raise my voice, I didn't cuss, and none of that crazy stuff I normally do. And it was 2 incidents that the probation reviewer person said to me, and I really don't want my words misconstrued. I don't want them taken out of context. He said, when he got first thing, he said, talk about the apology. And I told the probation officer, I said, if you was offended by a person, would it be more genuine for the person who offended you to apologize or for you to get a third party? Case in point, your sister stole some money from you, and you feel she owes you an apology. You want to forgive her. You want to move forward in life, but she doesn't come forth. Your mother or another relative comes. Anybody that's a natural human will see that that is non-genuine at all. The officer never felt anything wrong about the way he treated me until you pointed it out. So if you would have never pointed it out, there would have never been an attempt of an apology or anything. I'm a regular human being. I try to live on regular life principles. Right is right, wrong is wrong. Like I told the probation officer, I never, not one time, did not take accountability.
Yeah, Poots.
If that's what he was taught, he's had some really bad teachers.
Go on.
Well, I'm just merely saying that if he thinks this is normal and regular,
Right.
why? It's not,
Right.
dude. It's just not.
No,
Okay,
it
sorry.
isn't. Yep.
For any of my actions. I was trying to be very clear, direct, and assertive as possible in giving my reason as to why we here today. You know, um, even during the court proceedings, you reprimanded the officer. You know, but the bad part about it is the officer don't get no charge. I get a charge. And like I told him, life is not fair, but I will accept anything. Even though in my heart I may not agree with it, I'm still going to accept and comply. That's what I told the probation officer. And by me saying that, that is not being defiant to the courts. It's not being defiant to anybody of authority. You know, I just simply say, hey, I'm going to do whatever I got to do to stay free, even though I don't agree with it. That's exactly what that means. So for my words to be taken out of context, yes, I'm very, I feel very disrespected. I feel like it's a plot against me just to throw me in jail. 30 days in jail ain't going to do nothing. It's what will it benefit to remove me from my family for a phone call? What warrants that? You know, I really would like for you, because the whole meeting was videotaped. I really would like for you to watch it, because if you watch it, you will see that I was assertive as well as respectful. I didn't disrespect nobody. I was very clear about everything that transpired during the situation. Do I feel uh, messed up? Yes, because the officer that I made the statement towards is the same officer that's been arresting me since I was a teenager. So it is my belief, and notice I said it is my belief, that the moment the phone call came in, that officer didn't care about the threatening of the other officer. He's like, I finally got Lawrence Buckner, and I'm gonna go push this all the way up. And like,
So, for those of you that may not remember the previous hearing we saw with him, he had called the police station and he spoke with another officer and said something to the effect of, "If I ever see that other officer again, I'm gonna, f him up," or what. I don't recall exactly what he said, but I mean, he did make a threat.
It was a
The
threat,
officer
yeah.
yeah, I mean, the officer that was on the call, like, his initial reaction was to laugh, which did it. I mean, now this is all subjective, but my my opinion or my interpretation was that it was kind of a laugh out of, like, what did you just say? Like, that was so stupid that you just threatened
Yeah,
another officer to an officer. It was just a dumb
right.
thing to do. The defense was that, the officer clearly didn't take it seriously because he laughed. And it's like, there are some reactions that you have in the moment that do,
You just can't help.
seem to, yeah, I mean, you laugh because you don't know what else to do. I mean, it's certainly possible. But
It's
he did make a
inappropriate, but
threat.
totally possible.
Right,
Yeah.
right.
I mean,
And
inappropriate, yes, but possible, no.
yeah, right. And that's the thing. Like, you can say, like, I wouldn't have laughed in that situation. Well, you don't know until you're in it, you know? Like, you don't
Yeah.
know how you're going to react, and sometimes it's not the
Oh,
way you thought you would.
yeah. And I've laughed at many an inappropriate time.
Yeah. And sometimes it's like a nervous laugh. I think, at least the vibe that I got from the officer was that he was laughing because it was such a dumb thing to do. Um,
Exactly. It was a stupid thing to say, especially like you said, to another officer.
yeah. And so, the other thing that, and he is kind of doing a slow wind up here. He's gonna, he just keeps getting more and more frustrated, but, you'll see that he did make I think I saw, Uncle Dan, you commented earlier, yeah, arresting him since he was a teenager. That's a flex. Yeah. Um, but, we
Yeah.
also don't know, we don't know what his growing up was like. We don't know what his history is. I am not in any way saying that this guy is any sort of angel. Um, but, there's probably a lot of other, things that are going into his behavior and his anger and things like that. And, so
Oh,
he's going to go on and on.
absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. That's what I was saying when he started talking about being a normal or regular or whatever he was trying to say person. It's like, you've not had some good people to tell you what those things are, or show you what those things are. No, this is not
Right.
good.
Yeah. Yeah. So
That's it. That's my belief. I just sat in jail for 30 some days for something that I didn't do. And like, it's the difference between actually committing a crime, getting caught red-handed versus somebody, constantly going to jail. And, this was all one big thing because you have been my judge, named there for every case. I have lost my dogs. I've lost my business. I have lost my entire livelihood because of a woman telling a white lie, to where now I got to get transcripts from the courts so I can file a lawsuit because I got put in jail for being black, being at the wrong place at the wrong time. And these officers are the same officers who have been arresting me since I was 15 years old, and then want to get in front of you and act like they don't know who I am when the officer admitted in the court, yeah, I dealt with Mr. Buckner in the past. Because you dealt with me in the past, that's why as soon as I called, you was instantly, oh, he a liar. I don't care nothing you got to say. And then when I respond out of feelings, out of hurt, out of embarrassment, now I get a charge. Now I want to be put in jail for 30 days. So what does it really warrant? Like, I just lost my whole livelihood. They took all my dogs because of this. Everything.
Mr. Buckner, you're yelling again.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm my bad. My bad. I apologize. Like, nobody's taking into account of that. Nobody's saying, hey, for every action, there's an equal and opposite reaction. Okay? I didn't just get on the phone threatening nobody. I tried to be respectful. I tried to follow the chain of authority to report abuse of authority to his colleague. And what do I get? I get mistreated. I get disrespected. I didn't deserve that. And all he gets to do is get a reprimand and go about his life. He don't care about no apology. He don't. He didn't care until you pointed it out. And that's just like if you raising children and you say, go apologize to such and such. If you have to tell that child to do that over and over and over again, that child will never learn to give a genuine apology or be accountable on his own. I was greatly disrespected, me and my family. For what?
well, and Mr. Buckner, what I would say here is that we all saw that, and the bottom line is that in that situation during that hearing, the officer did apologize to you, and he did take accountability for disrespecting you, and he agreed that he was treating you disrespectfully, but you didn't apologize to anybody. And in
Right.
fact, I think he said something like, I don't accept your apology, which is,
Yeah, I was thinking that too, that he literally said, screw you or something.
right. Yeah. It was just very juvenile. Okay, y'all,
Yeah.
I have both Chuck the woodchuck and a turtle looking at me like, what are you doing? So, okay, sorry.
We're busy here, gang.
And jail, and then the prosecutor want to just send me to jail. She don't even know my life. She don't know what I've been through. Everything is just jail, jail, jail. Jail is not always the answer. Jail is not the answer. How is jail the answer? Can't nobody in this courtroom explain why jail is the answer? If I was so much of a threat.
All right, so vote in the chat. One, if you want me to skip forward, because this is just, it's more of the same. He just keeps going. Let it play. Number 2, skip ahead. Number 1. Let's see it. All right, I got some skips. Skip. Skip. All right. I'm going to. That's right. I'm going to skip to my Lou here. Um, oh, he's still going. Okay, wait. Now Washington's talking. Let's see what we got here.
Take it off. And I couldn't even go pay my respects. This woman.
Okay, his auntie died or something.
Course before
Yeah.
sentencing. The defendant completed this course, but it appeared to have no impact. I don't remember asking him about taking a class. Is all of that incorrect in the report?
Your Honor.
It's incorrect, man. It's incorrect.
All right, Mr. Buckner. Mr. Buckner, thank you.
Please, I need to say this. The officers have been harassing me, and I really want to just make this on note that this is also evidence of what they say something happened to me.
Well, if you're
I'm
constantly
striking
breaking the
all of
law,
that.
is it really police
Right.
harassment?
Right. I mean, and I struggle with this, right? Because, is there, prevalence of profiling? Sure. This is certainly, it's not out of the realm of possibility, but, he's also not doing a great job of staying under the radar.
Right,
So
right. And like
he's
you were
kind
saying,
of
not knowing anything about his past or history
right.
or family and stuff,
Right.
maybe maybe the family itself has been an issue with the law for a
Sure.
long time.
Could be. Don't know. I mean, being that he's been arrested, getting arrested since he was 15, I have to think that there's some childhood stuff going on that
Yeah.
are contributing to his behavior.
That's what it says to be. Yeah.
So
From the report. Anything from anyone else before I proceed with sentencing?
Nothing from the people, Judge.
No, Your Honor.
The defendant is to complete the ABR anger management course and pay fines and court costs in this case for a total of $275. I'm going to see him back here in 90 days on September 23rd, 2025 at 10 o'clock a.m. 180 days in the Washtenaw County Jail, credit for 11 days. The balance is suspended, so he doesn't have to do any additional jail time. If he pays his fines and costs, completes the class, and tells me what he learns from the class.
Thank you, Your Honor.
I want to say I heard every word that Mr. Buckner said. I truly believe that he is concerned for his safety, and bottom line though is two wrongs don't make a right, and that's why we're here. So I'll see him back here in September.
And that was the 23rd, Your Honor.
Correct, at 10.
Thank you.
So, yes. The court will call the.
all right. Well, that's it. That's all we got. So
Good job,
I don't know.
Jedi.
Yeah. I don't know if this was the right thing to do, the wrong thing to do. I have no idea. But
Hey,
I don't know.
I
Felt
think
right.
just personally, just my opinion. I mean, at least his stream got done. So how can that be a bad
Yeah.
thing?
Yeah, and thank you, Gertrude, for the super chat. Appreciate it. Thanks to the others that sent super chats. We appreciate it very much. And here's what I will say. I am not going to worry. I don't panic unless I have a reason to panic. So if you are interested, I will. Oh, believe you me, when I find him. There will be a message in Discord to kind of put everybody at ease. But honestly, I would be willing to bet that he fell asleep. And
Yeah.
as we all know, he is deaf in one ear. It could be that his phone is on silent. He didn't hear it because I've been blowing up his phone. Um, so, we'll just let's all just assume that nothing nefarious has happened and that he's okay. So,
I
but
agree.
we will certainly, I'll make him post his formal apology in Discord. If it was
I
just
think there's
something
no
silly
doubt.
like he fell asleep. So,
Yeah, I think there's no doubt that he just fell asleep. Bless his heart. God
yeah,
knows what he's been doing.
yeah. So, but thank you
So
all
it's been
for. Yeah, thanks everybody for hanging with us, and thanks everybody for giving us grace in, in the
yeah, not throwing tomatoes.
So this has been the Jedi and Pooch show. We'll be here all week. So no, we won't. So but thanks everybody for stopping by. I have no idea how to raid, and I don't think I can. So we're not going to do that. I mean, this was pushing it. I mean, I figured out how to do some of the banners. I mean, give me that, right? So,
You did an amazing job.
well, thank you, and thank you for coming up and being my wingman. I appreciate it.
Anytime.
Love it, love it. All right. Well, thanks everybody for coming by. We appreciate you. If you didn't hit the like button on the way in, hit it on the way out. Why not? And yeah, if you want to go watch Booze and Body Cams, you can head over to KTZ or KFAR. And that'll be it for tonight. So thanks everyone. Take care.
Okay, bye.